What's going on, y'all? This is Cruz with Cruise Control Entertainment, and today we are in tune with Kyree Thomas, the owner of WhatsSleepTV. What up, what up, what up?
Man, what up, man? I'm glad you having me. I appreciate you for your time. I'm excited to talk,
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you sticking with me because I done forgot my SD chip.
Man, things happen.
Had to run back to the crib. Luckily, I'm not as far as you are, from here. You from Nashville?
Yeah, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. That's where I grew up at, went to middle school, high school, and pretty much been living here since my adult life. I be going back and forth to Illinois, but I can say that, I live in Nashville and, I'm from here, you feel me?
Oh, but you're originally from Illinois?
No, I'm originally from Nashville. I just have family out there, so I'm out there, a lot.
Oh, okay, I got you. So you're in Nashville. You got a show, WhatsSleepTV, which is dope. I be watching your Instagram and shit like that. What motivates you to start your own platform and give people a platform to put themselves out there?
Okay, so this was actually around 2017. I didn't really start, I didn't really go in with blogging until 2019 because, I had to do my research. You can't just jump into something and just freestyle. And I think that's why a lot of people will, do something like this and will quit. But pretty much, man, it was this platform called For Show Magazine. It's based out of the Midwest. It was created by this dude named Joseph McFashion. Pretty much, in the Midwest area and, in Detroit and Flint, that's where people go to, to get their music out or, to do interviews and stuff like that. I think that's a big part. That's one of the reasons that the Detroit music scene is as big as it is. But me seeing that platform grow and seeing platforms like Say Cheese and Vlad grow, I knew, I got a camera at the time. I knew that I wanted, to shoot music videos, but I also knew, I wanted a way to, stand out. And then I knew, me watching the Nashville rap scene over time, I ain't never see a platform that artists can go to and just do interviews, things that me and you do.
Right.
That really wasn't around. So around 2017, I put the idea together, but I ain't gonna lie, I didn't, go into it all the way until 2019, like I said. But 2019 is when I pretty much started and kept going. I've pretty much been posting every day since then, since 2019. Yeah. But there was a period where I wasn't doing anything, but that's was related to health. But other than that, I've always made sure that I keep consistent content.
Yeah, and that's something that I like about your platform, because that's something that I struggle with is keeping up with content because life just be so damn busy.
Right.
But being able to, deal with what you got going on, and on top of that, still making sure you posting, creating content. Do you do all that stuff yourself, edit and make the content, the graphics and all that?
Man, I do all of it myself. Literally all of it. Sometimes it's draining, but I kind of got a formula now. On my computer, I use Photoshop and I use Adobe Premiere.
Yeah.
Over time I've learned how to use Photoshop and Premiere real good, so eventually I've got a formula that I just do. Each post that I do, I just got to change the text, add a picture, and save it, and that's it. But before then, it used to be a real time consuming, so a lot of times what I'll do is sometimes I won't even edit a post or nothing like that for 2 or 3 days, because I might just pick one day. I just might pick a long time to go ahead and say, okay, I'm gonna set up this post, and this post, and I do them by clips.
Right.
That's real efficient. I be seeing people. I get it from Vlad.
Sorry, I don't know what that is up there. It sounds like somebody, Santa Claus jumping down there. My fault. Go ahead. You get it from Vlad.
But, yeah. Vlad. Vlad. People talk crazy about Vlad, but Vlad, he is the algorithm when it comes to interviews. He posts 13 clips a day. That's crazy. And he has 5 million subscribers. And man, when
he knows how to get people to, he knows
click.
The right questions to ask to get people to say something,
and the right titles.
Yeah.
But, and he has a whole team behind him. But I do what I can.
Yeah.
So, clips, that's a very efficient way to film an hour worth of content, and then just break it down. I see people in Vlad's comments saying that he breaks it down like a brick, kind of relating it to a drug dealer, because for real, that's really how it is. That's how you get the most out of your interviews.
No, that's true, and that's like I said, how, and what you do is you post a photo, and then it'll be a slide of the clip
Right.
which is smart because what I recently learned is when somebody's scrolling and they come back up, your post will come back up again in their algorithm as the second slide instead of the first one.
Oh, yeah,
so
it
if
does
somebody
do that.
didn't see it, if they seen it the first time and scroll past it, it'll come back up as the second carousel that you got on there.
Wow.
And so if they didn't see it the first time, they'll see it again with the video and then be able to like it. So I thought you knew that. I thought that was purposeful.
Nah.
So yeah, no, it's good that you're doing that and you don't even know you're fucking doing it.
That's crazy.
That's hard.
I just learned something from Cruz, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I got my guy Johnny. Johnny Bill's one of my artists. He does all the marketing shit for us, so he's pretty good with it. But I do want to talk about. You did say you stepped away for health issues.
Yeah.
You told me at 23 you were diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah, around 23, 22. I can't even remember like the exact. Yeah, I think I was 23 at the time.
How old are you now?
25.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it was 23 or it was when I was just turning one of those, 22, 23.
So that was right about after you started the show. Like seriously, 2019, you started it serious.
Yeah. So in late 2021, that's when like I was officially diagnosed. Like to kind of sum it up, we can go in depth with it if you want to, but to kind of sum it up, I had a 10 centimeter mass on my left lung, and you know, stuff like that doesn't just like pop up and grow that quick. So it really had to be there for a while. I just really didn't know until symptoms started popping up.
So what drew you to, I don't know, is this something?
Oh yeah, I'm comfortable talking about it. Yeah.
So what made you say like, okay, I got to get checked? Like, cause my, to a backstory with me, my brother had, leukemia.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So what happened was he was like, he couldn't breathe right. So he went to the hospital and found out he had that.
Wow.
So with you, what drew you to say like, let me go get checked?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I had a super bad cough. Well, first off, look, I drink energy drinks. I'm not gonna lie, like I ain't gonna lie, I drink one a day, but I drink them in moderation. And my doctor, he says it's okay for me to drink them, but if he didn't say that, I wouldn't drink them. But I still drink those. So at the time, I ain't gonna lie, I was on them heavy because I was working like crazy. Like I was on them real heavy. And the left side of my, like this left side of my body right here, it kind of used to feel different than my right, but I wasn't thinking nothing of it because I'm thinking like, dang, this probably got something to do with me drinking energy drinks. So I was like, eventually I need to stop drinking these. But then over time, like around September 2021, August, I developed like a super, super bad cough, like not a typical cough. And you know, a lot of times if a cough, we'll just put that off. You know, the average person will just put that off because you're like, man, it's just a cough. You know, I just got a cold. But man, it eventually got so bad. And you know, we in COVID.
I was about to say that was during COVID too.
Yeah, COVID. I ain't gonna lie. My mom would forever say COVID saved my life, and that's facts. Cause you know, you will put out a cough. But since we around the COVID times, I went and got some COVID tests. It came back negative, and you know, I'm just taking regular over the counter things for cough. Ain't really doing nothing. And my mom was like, "Man, I'm gonna need you to go to the little clinic." And I went to the little clinic, and pretty much they, you know how like they put like that thing to your back and they say breathe or something. I don't know what it's called, but she was
stethoscope.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So she was like, I don't feel any movement on your left lung. I think it could be collapsed. You just need to go to the emergency room now. And then we went to the emergency room. They do like their scans and stuff like that, and they didn't say what it was at the time, but they was like, yeah, there's something there and it needs to be checked out. And I had like 2 or 3 surgeries. I got a video on my Instagram where I pretty much show like the cut, but they had to do like some surgeries where they go in and take some samples of that stuff and send it off to a lab and see what it is. And that's how I officially got diagnosed. So that was a long process. But as far as like the treatment though, I started like super quick after that, real quick, or like a week.
So when you're hearing all that, it's like, because I don't know, you seem like a pretty like chill guy, like positive guy. Yeah. When you're hearing all that, like what's going through your mind?
Man, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm not too knowledgeable about sicknesses and stuff like that, because like what's crazy is that I rarely ever get sick. That's the thing. That's why like the whole thing in the beginning was like what? Right. But I pretty much was like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Just to be completely straight up, I was thinking like, dang, I'm out of here. You feel me? Like, just to be completely honest. Yeah. Once I officially thought this, I was like, bro, I'm about to be out of here. But the whole time I am staying positive. But I was just thinking to myself, like, dang, I'm about to be out of here. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn.
Yeah.
So now, during this process, you start chemo, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people say, like, when people find out they have cancer, that's when shit starts to go bad. So, with your experience with chemo, because a lot, like, people that I know, they're like more, what's it called? People that do the herbalism shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, the holistic doctors. So, they're more holistic. So, with your process, did it get worse when you started chemo? Was it something that, like, tore your they be like, I don't know. I just hear a lot of different stories from it.
Yeah, so it affects everybody different. And, chemotherapy, from my understanding, it gets rid of the bad cells, but also it'll get rid of good cells, too. And sometimes those might not ever come back. So that's why you might hear a lot of people say, like, chemo damaged me, things of that nature. But, I mean, my mom will always say, like, man, I ain't gonna lie, you skated through that. And she's pretty much was like, I guess you can say lucky, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm good, like, I'm functioning like a regular person. Like, if you seen me, I don't think you would just assume. Know. Yeah. And I actually have to go to chemo in 2 more days, but it's not like I'm good, Yeah.
So you're still, like, in therapy right now?
Yeah, I still go to it twice a month, pretty much, because, you'll hear about people getting cancer, right? They do chemotherapy, they stop it, and they just stop completely just because they got a clear scan. My situation is, like, I don't have to do it, but I'm going through the maintenance stage where I'm still doing it to make sure it doesn't come back. And I also take medicine every day that I recently just learned that it stops the growth of cancer cells. Wow. So I'm trying to make sure that I ain't got to go through this stuff again.
No, that's smart. Like, I want to bring something up, but I don't want to, like, scare you or
no,
nothing.
What's up?
So that happened with my friend's mother.
Right.
She had cancer. She beat it. Like, she rang the bell and everything, and then, like, 2 months later, she got it again.
Oh, man.
And then that was it.
Wow.
So it was like you do have to stick to that shit. Like, I don't know how long, like, but it's a scary thing, man.
I'm doing it for another 2-3 years.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Cause I'll tell you something about myself. 2 years ago, when I started podcasting, like, I just had twins that same year, so, like, it was like a couple months in, and after a while, it was like I started, like, getting, like, bad anxiety and shit. Like, I would, like, go run to the hospital type shit.
Real.
So out of nowhere, like, one day I wake up and I had a fucking stroke.
Wow.
And it was like you never know what's gonna happen in your life. Like,
facts.
This shit is. That's why my girl be telling me to stick to, eat healthy, do things. Facts. But it's like, I don't know. But enough about me. Anyway, so now you got WhatsSleepTV.
Right.
You're beating a illness. Like, you're somebody and you're just, like, calm. Like, shit's good. Like, shit's just great right now. Like, so I mean, how do you keep that composure now that you're, over that hump?
I see what you're saying. So, I mean, while I was still doing, like, the hard part of chemotherapy, I actually did interview I did 2 interviews, a Calm Down TV and a podcast called More in Depth. I did 2 interviews with them, and they asked me the same thing while, like, this is way, way before, like, while I was still, like, in and out the hospital type stuff.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what it is about me or where I got it from, but I've always looked at the brighter side of things. Like, I've always just been a positive person. Just like I said, even though I was thinking at the time, like, dang, like, when I first learned that, I thought I wasn't going to make it, I was still always thinking positive. And that's just, I don't know, that's just, in my opinion, I don't have nothing to complain about right now. And I hope I don't come off like it's bragging when I say this, but, I mean, I got it better. I got it way better than the average person. like I'm just talking about like, you know, quality of life, the things that I have, like I'm not needing for anything, things of that nature. So really, I don't have nothing to complain about because there's so many more people that's got it way worse than me. That's why I ain't finna complain about nothing. And plus, it's just like, I know a cancer diagnosis and this treatment thing ain't something that should be taken lightly, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just still happy that I'm here and I'm still able to do things that someone in their 20s can do. Like, you know, I can still go out and I can still play my game. I can still talk to my friends, hang out with my friends, things of that nature. So I don't know. I just don't got nothing to complain about if you ask me. But I've always been very positive. I always see the brighter side of things no matter what's going on. Like I could get shot. Like, let me not say that, but I'm just saying I could get shot right now in my leg.
Oh shit, I got shot.
And be like, damn. Shit, I'm still here to talk about it, so I'm gonna always look at the brighter side of things. That's just me though.
Nah, that's good. That's good to be like that.
Yeah.
So with WhatsSleepTV, what made you think of that name? Obviously it's like WhatsSleep, but like how many names did you have before like coming up with that, or was that the one off the rip?
Bro, no exaggeration. That was the one off the rip. And I can't remember exactly how I came up with the name, but it did have something to do with me not getting sleep like that. Like, I talk about the energy drinks. Like, I really, I really was not getting a lot of sleep at the time. Just grinding at the time, like grinding like crazy. I had to be like 20, 21 or something like that. And I don't know, it just made sense. And everybody that I would say the name to, like my dad, my mom and stuff, they say like it just flows, like WhatsSleepTV or just WhatsSleep, you know?
Right.
I think it still flows too. I ain't made any changes as far as that, but I did recently get a new logo.
Okay. Nah, I like the name, and like you said, it flows. Like, it sounds like that's what it's supposed to be.
Right.
Because like the people you're interviewing is, you know, creatives, people that can relate to like what's sleep.
Right.
You know, it could be like 2 a.m, you wake up out of nowhere and you creating something, you thinking of something, planning something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. So now that you're at this point, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying thank you.
Oh yeah. My phone, my mic is like twisted. But so now that you're at this point with it, what is your ultimate like goal with it? Because, you know, people get into media, get into blogging, influencers to do it.
What's my goal with WhatsSleep?
Yes.
Man, so I can't say I have like an end goal, but what I can say is that, I mean, remember when I said I first started and Nashville didn't really have an outlet? I mean, obviously I cover more than Nashville, but I mean, I started in Nashville.
Right.
And it was just like, I mean, I want Nashville to have like a true outlet because, you know, there's plenty of dudes out here that can like really, really, really rap, but they don't really have any connections or like the knowledge to gain connections or gain leverage on social media. And you can really look at WhatsSleep like a pipeline to, you know, get there, you know?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to cut this part out real quick.
Oh, you good.
Nah, I forgot we locked it.
Hey.
This is Kyree. Kyree, this is C.
Hey, C, nice to meet you. I seen your pictures. They real good. I like them. Huh? Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, we was just talking about that.
Yeah. You remember where we was at?
Yeah, we were at
I was talking about.
We were talking about you
What
didn't have an ultimate goal.
Oh yeah, no. We was talking about how WhatsSleep was like. What's my goal with it?
Exactly.
But I was pretty much just saying I finished it off like right when you got up. So I was pretty much just saying like I want the artists around here to have like an outlet because before then when I started there wasn't really none or that I knew of. So yeah.
No, and that's something that I noticed too. Like because I'm from Pennsylvania. I've been here for 4 years since 2019.
Right.
So I didn't have any of this stuff, and then basically, like you said, I was a rapper at the time. So yeah, which I be rapping and shit sometimes still, but like I felt that same way. Like there was nothing out here, but when I started doing it, I'm like, there is like stuff out here.
Yeah.
It's just I feel like everybody be in their own like thing.
Which ones did you know about at the time?
When I first started doing it,
Yeah. when you first came down here and you
I didn't know about anything.
Oh, nothing at all?
No, when I started podcasting, that's when I started
Okay.
finding stuff out. Like I think ESN 2.0. I don't know if you know about him, but he was on Calm Down TV.
Yeah.
So I heard about that.
Right.
But you know, and I'm not gonna talk down. I just feel like I seen it and I was like, I can make that like look better. Not saying like I took what he did, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm big on quality.
Yeah, so I'm like it could have been, you know, better. But then I came across your shit. I'm like, okay, this is better. And then I don't know if you know Talk with Letisa or something like that. I'm actually trying to get on her show.
I'm not sure.
Her shit is fire.
For real?
Yeah, her shit.
Check it out.
Quality's crazy, and it's just those started coming up, and then Famous Animal.
Oh yeah, Famous Animal. He been around for the longest.
Yeah, and I never heard about it.
He from Memphis though.
Yeah, that's what. So I had Lotus on here, Lotus Music on here, and I seen he was on that show, and that's when I first heard about it.
That's crazy. Because
I'm from up north, like I never heard no Famous Animal.
Yeah, Famous Animal hard. He came up like crazy. I salute him for real.
Yeah, and I've been watching him, and he even upgraded like within this last year, like with his quality. So
for real, and he's been all over the blogs. I done seen him on Say Cheese countless times.
Yeah,
he's going viral randomly. Like
Gilly the Kid just actually posted him.
For real.
Yeah.
That's hard.
And you know Gilly popping right now.
Yeah, $1 million worth of game.
So now we in this podcast space. Do you feel like with the podcasting and media in Nashville, do you feel like, because I know with the artists, they feel like it's like divided a little bit. Do you feel like it could be more of this, like how we're getting together right now, like more of us maybe even doing networking events, like something where we can all get together? Or do you feel like that's already there?
I mean, I kind of feel like it's already there, but when you said like more of this, you mean like other creators linking up?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I mean, I feel like we already do it. Like, I done interviewed Calm Down. Yeah. I go on other platforms all the time. Like, anytime somebody invites me to be on their platform, I'm gonna do it. I don't care. And then I'm in the process of getting other creators like me, you know, like you on my platform. Really, I think it's just the artists. Like, it's certain artists that won't work with one another because of, you know, I guess problems they got outside of music. But and then a lot of times I think they try to, there's been a few that like, well, not from Nashville, but from other cities, they try to like put people like us, like me. They didn't try to put like me into this, like, hey, why you posting this dude and that dude? And I'm just like, bro, that has nothing to do with me. I don't care about, and you know, I don't even post like negativity. I try to stay away from that. Like, I done had people say like, bro, your platform would be so much bigger if you would post this beef and that beef, and I don't even entertain that.
That's like, crazy. So people step to you like, yo, like not step to you, but like hit you in your DM like, yo, why you posting about that? Like, or like that happened?
I had an artist from another city, and I don't want to say the name.
No, you don't got to say the name.
He was like, hey, bro, what you on? You know, you posted my ops. And, like, I told him, I was like, bro, that don't really have nothing to do with me. Like, I'm just, like, this is business. Like, you know, we're not even friends like that. So what y'all have going on, that doesn't, like, I don't care about that, just to be completely honest. Like, I'm here to create a lane for the artists. So, I mean, what y'all got going outside of that, I don't care. Yeah, that's why I don't even post about it. I know about like a lot of beefs, but I don't entertain it or post about it because I don't want to bring that type of attention. Because as soon as people start like dying or getting shot over something that, you know, I don't post it or anything of that nature, then it's kind of like I have something to do with it. The whole time I'm sitting at my computer on my phone. Like, I'm not out here doing that type of stuff.
Right. Know? No, and the crazy part is you'll end up in the beef.
Exactly. I don't want that.
Yeah, no, and that's how DJ Academics built his brand. But I feel like Academics be like personally, I feel like he just be doing some corny shit. Like,
yeah, Academics funny.
Yeah, it's I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, WhatsSleepTV. We were talking about hold on, I had a question.
What was it? Academics.
Yeah, with Academics, like we're talking about someone like that, where bringing negativity, like you said, it brings more like attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you feel like, and I don't expect someone to have the correct answer for this, but why do you feel like people attract more to negative shit in your experience with like the media shit?
Man, I wish I knew. Like, I ask myself that all the time, but I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. That's just reality, and you can't do nothing but adjust to it, you know? Like, it's like, it ain't nothing we can do about it. I mean, you can post, I guess all the way positive things, but what I try to do with my platform is try to post like engaging topics that people can talk about. Like, I could pull up a few examples, but if somebody were to go, to my website or the Instagram or Twitter page, they'll see what I mean. Like, you can do media without just talking about beef or who shot this person or who you beefing with or who you got issues with. There's a way to go about it, and I learned that from actually For Show magazine. That's why I got to give a shout out to Joseph McFashion. I fuck with him like the long way. He literally has built his For Show magazine YouTube up to 700,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Not entertaining no negativity or no things of that nature.
Nah, that's dope. And the thing is, like, how you have people like you refer to and that you basically get your inspiration from.
Yeah.
Is that main, like, were you always into the blogs and media, like watching and seeing like other people, like, oh shit, like that's, because me, like, I would look at rappers and be like, yo, like, that's how I want to do my style, like, but in my own way. Is that how you were like that growing up, or?
No, actually, bro, I was actually, the first thing that I ever did regarding like entertainment or anything like that, I was actually making beats. The last person that I actually ever produced for was Trapper Mandel, and this was back in 2016. That's the last song that like I ever produced. I was actually making beats at first, but when I switched over to blogging, that's how I already had a relationship like with a bunch of artists, so that's why it wasn't hard for me to get interviews. But I was always into making beats. Like, I ain't gonna lie, all through high school and stuff like that, I was known like for making beats. And I always thought that I was gonna be kind of like where Metro Boomin is, but I mean, I stopped making beats.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I started.
What made you, I don't know if you stopped, but what made you stop and transition? Man,
because, bro, I picked up a camera, and you'll hear this from producers a lot. I mean, you'll hear from, the average producer, like, a lot of artists, they ain't paying for beats.
It's a fact.
And even before, like, it was definitely wasn't paying for beats, because you still had YouTube, you had SoundClick, people selling beats for $10. It's hard to sell a beat for $100 when they can go to somebody else and get it for $5, $10, $15, $20.
That's why I don't like Fiverr, by the way.
Fiverr,
Yeah,
I know about that.
Fuck them. But yeah, good.
What was I saying? Oh, so I just remember when I picked up my camera, literally the first, well, not the first, but maybe like the second time, like, I went out to go do some work with the camera. I made that money back, and I like doing it. But I mean, it's just like, you don't ever hear about videographers not getting paid,
right?
But you might hear about a producer saying like, man, I gave so and so 200 plus free beats before I ever got paid. You hear that a lot. That's really why I took that transition, and then that eventually got me into blogging. But that's why I stopped making beats, really.
No, that's why I stopped doing like rap seriously, because that's just like producers, rappers don't get paid.
Not when you're on the come up. Like, that's all like a clout thing, That's all like a name thing.
Yeah, once you get look like it.
Yeah, once you get a name, like, yeah, of course you're gonna start getting paid more. Right. But in the beginning, you're not getting paid. You gotta grind your way through.
Even when you at that peak where you got like 70K followers, you doing a couple shows, you still not getting enough where you can have a part-time job or no job, but you're not getting paid at like raise your family, get cribs. Like, you gotta be like selling out shit.
Yeah, and that's why so many artists that are doing illegal things on the side to get money outside of rap, so they can finance rap until they get to that point. But I mean, just like I was saying about the other stuff, it's just the way it is. We just gotta adapt.
I hate that that's the only outlet that like we, like, our community.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
It's like, why does it always feel like we got to do something illegal to get money?
Right.
It's like, I understand you go to a job, that's your time, but there's things that you could do legally without having to clock in.
For real. A
And
lot.
Yeah, I really hate that. That's what, it boils down to.
Yeah. But I mean, man, it's a tweet that Young and Ace made. I wish I knew it off the top of my head, but he pretty much was like, I hate that blogs, courts, and, just people around the world blame rappers for everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess why people are dying, going to jail, doing all
Right.
this illegal stuff. But music has I don't think he realizes how much influence rappers have, but music
Right.
has a crazy influence over
Mhm.
us. And, a lot of the most popular music, I mean, that's what they talk about. So, it kind of
Right.
makes sense to why so many people, our age and even older, kind of would rather resort to that. Because, I mean,
Right.
you see on social media and stuff, too.
And that's what gets the bitches.
Mm-hmm.
You selling drugs, you shooting you robbing somebody, that's going to get you some pussy.
Yeah.
Better than you going to your fucking supervisor job, you ain't getting no ass.
Yeah.
This shit
I
is
mean,
crazy.
it'll get you some
But
hoes,
it's
I
a
guess.
perception thing, because like people be supervisors get more pussy than people that's selling drugs.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is that I feel like females run this whole shit. Females, whatever the female is choosing is what the guy wants to be.
Yeah.
Because he wants that. So, but yeah, I don't know where that came from. That's just a rant.
Look, you just speaking your thoughts, and like I feel you. For real.
Yeah.
You ain't lying.
And I was gonna say, with being a producer, now that you're in a space where it's like, okay, well, I don't know your financial situation, but
Yeah.
now that you're at a position where you're like, okay, like I can make money with my camera.
Mm-hmm.
Now, will you still jump back into beats and be like, I could just do that as some side shit?
Mm-hmm. You know what's crazy? My mom and my friends that was around when like I was first starting to make beats, and when I eventually got good and like I was producing and stuff like that, they asked me that all the time. And literally last year when I was doing chemotherapy, man, just out of boredom,
Mm-hmm.
I talked to my dad and I was like, man, I think I want to just go ahead and get FL Studio again. And I got a Mac now, and it's different on the Mac. You can't get free FL
Keys are
Studio on the
different,
Mac,
too.
so you actually
Mhm.
had to buy it. I was like, man, I'm thinking about buying FL Studio. He was like, man, I got you. But I did go back and buy FL Studio, just because I was thinking about making beats again
Mhm.
at the time. But then, like, WhatsSleep, my media platform, it keeps me so busy that it's kind of like it's hard to do anything else regarding
Right.
entertainment.
Because that's what I was telling you about the content, like being able to post as much as you post.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how you find the time, because
Man.
dog, that shit is hard for me to. But now with Instagram, you can schedule posts and shit.
Yeah, I seen that.
That's
and
a
I
game
need to start
changer.
doing that, because that's why I like YouTube. But that's why I never really liked. And you know what I hate? I don't like having to post on Instagram, Twitter.
Oh,
I
that
stopped
shit is
posting on
annoying.
TikTok, but posting on different platforms and having to do it 3 different times, that's very time consuming.
And you know what's crazy? What I learned is pick a platform
Mm-hmm.
and ride that shit out.
Yep.
Because you trying to, like, I was thinking yesterday, because I just made a couple songs and I put a video out. I was like, why am I going to put my video on YouTube if I don't got no following on YouTube? My following, I don't got a crazy following, but my following's on Instagram
Right.
or Facebook. Like, so that's where I'm going to push my shit at. A lot of people feel like they have to put it everywhere because, the more you put it, the more people see it.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, all you really need is 1,000 people that really fuck with you,
Mm-hmm.
and you could be in 6 figures. Easy.
Fact.
So that's my plan, is basically, and I want to tell people that, is like you said, it's time consuming. Don't feel like you have to do that shit. Pick whichever one got you at that point. Or shit, if you got to hire a motherfucker to upload that shit on other joints.
Yeah, that's what I want to get to the point where I'm doing with, because doing everything is real time consuming. I ain't gonna lie. When I think about it, I just had to find time. I just try. Like, I lose a lot of sleep. I don't get to hang out a lot, but I just know like it's gonna pay off in the end. Like
Something got to be sacrificed.
Yeah.
And shit, money ain't gonna be sacrificed. So my sleep
Nah.
gonna be sacrificed.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it too. But no, it's good. I feel like we could talk for motherfucking hours.
Real shit.
But that's why I'm gonna get up on your shit and we gonna keep talking.
Exactly.
Because usually I don't talk this much, during the interviews.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like we just talking,
Yeah.
as creatives.
Yeah, I gotta put you on game about the clips too.
Yeah,
I
nah,
have
for
to.
sure.
Because think about it, when you post this interview, you'll probably be able to, post, you can only put so many, keywords like in a title. I think it's like 100 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you break it down, you'll be able to cover different topics. So that's different. That's just different topics you'll be able to cover.
Right.
So eventually we'll talk about it. I have to like put you on game with that, because that's gonna make you be able to where you are able to post way more often than you usually do.
Because my thought about the shit be like, I feel like if somebody see that same person more than twice in that outfit, I feel like they're gonna scroll past it. But that's me just thinking that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have no proof of that.
Yeah, it really depends on like what you talking about, and them clickbait titles like Adam 20 with no jumper and Vlad be doing. Like, a lot of people might not like it, but I mean, if you just got to get them to click, and those first like 15 to 20 seconds to keep them in, that's what's gonna keep people watching, and eventually they click on enough of your videos, they'll start subscribing. That's how it works.
Yeah, no, we definitely gonna chop it up. I feel like we can do a lot of good things together.
Yeah, and help each other out.
No, but I appreciate you coming here, and again, I apologize. I had to do 90 on the joint over there to get back to the crib. I was like, but yeah. Nah, there was a cop that did like a U-turn. I thought he was gonna get me, but
shit.
I put my white guy shit on. I was like,
damn.
I took my hat off, like.
Nah, you
but nah, I appreciate you sliding through, man. If you could let the people know where to find you at, you and WhatsSleepTV.
Okay, so I'm Kyree Thomas _, on each platform. That's KYREE THOMAS _ That's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Like, I'm on every platform, but I'm most active on Instagram and Twitter. And then WhatsSleep though is on like literally every platform, any major platform you can think of: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. I hope I ain't missing nothing out. I mean, I hope I ain't leaving nothing out. But also WhatsSleepTV.com, and that's WHASLEEP TV. Just try to make sure I ain't mess it up. Yeah, on literally every platform. WhatsSleep is on everything. You can find all the content on everything.
Fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all heard it here first, man. Kyree Thomas, WhatsSleepTV, InTuned, Studio 312, the best barbershop in the borough. Fucking, C got the gun out. She always ready to fucking shoot something. But thank y'all for tuning in. Let's go.